Good day, YouTube, and welcome to Bishop's Blast. I'm your host, go by the name of Dr. Me Bain, where we dive into what I consider a sanitized version of a YouTube channel where we talk about all things firearms related. I'm not a subject matter expert by any stretch of the imagination. However, I'm just an overtired Navy guy who loves God and has quite the affinity for all things that go boom. At this point in time, I just really want to just come to you real quick with another banger. I want to talk to you about something called firearm dexterity or firearm handling dexterity. But before I get into that, you know what I got to do. EDC check. And today I'm rocking with one of my faves. That's right, the Heckler & Koch VP9 SK. The Heckler & Koch VP9 SK. Y'all know, if you've seen some of my other videos, this is one of my favorite carries, and I love how this thing shoots. It's clear. The H&K VP9 SK. Now that we're done with that, let's get into this real quick. When I'm talking about dexterity, I'm talking about the fact of the matter is, with different firearms, and the more you carry them, some of them have different arrangements. How it is, whether it's the palm swell, or how you grip it and how you hold it and how you maintain it. Whether it's more beveled in certain areas or in others. And we need to be able to look at these things and try to figure them out to see, are we still comfortable? Especially if you've been carrying something for a specific period of time and then you switch to something else. You need to understand. For example, I have the Beretta PX Storm. That's right, it's safe, it's clear, safe direction and shoot. The Beretta PX Storm. Look at how the grip is, not just the texture, but how it fits into the hand. It's smooth in the front. It's almost got sort of like a 1911 grip angle to it. It feels pretty good in the hand. It's very light, but how you hold it and how that beaver tail is in the back is very specific to this firearm. Now, once again, let me switch to something else. This is the FN 503. Yeah, this is my skinny. FN 503. They're both chambered in 9mm. But what I wanted to show you is how it feels in the hands is different because of the grip. It has more of a palm swell in it that holds into my hand. Yes, it's straight up and down, but it is more, I find myself sometimes probably a little bit more accurate with this one because of how it goes. Now, when I move from this firearm to this firearm, I want you to understand, because of how it feels in my hand, I have to hold it sometimes and grip it a little bit different. So I'm talking about some discipline, some firearm handling discipline, some dexterity, so that you'll be able to hold these things appropriately. This is a hammer-fired, striker-fired pistol, but either way, it doesn't matter. Even in the one that's my concealed carry, look at, once again, this one, and look at the grip angle for this one. The grip angle is totally different. Can I shoot both of these very well? Yes, I can. Do I have to be aware of which one I have in my hand? Yes, I do. Even this one has the finger prints in the front. All of this matters because it's going to dictate how I'm going to hold this firearm. And when I have something that has more of a thing that fits in my palm swell, it feels more natural to me in my hand, thereby giving me that much more control and more discipline when I'm holding that firearm. So I want you to understand, for some of you to say, hey, look, I don't have just a favorite. I got a rotation that I go through. Make sure that you've got some firearm discipline, some dexterity in mind, so that you know when you grabbing something, know what you got a hold of. Know that that was a 1911. Know that you just grabbed something that was a 22 caliber. Know when it's a 380. Know when you're holding a wheel gun, how you hold it a little bit different from when you're holding a striker fire pistol. So when you do that, you'll be holding these things appropriately and making sure that you've got the right dexterity and discipline to fire it as accurately as possible. So you know how I feel about that. It just takes practice, practice, practice. And the more practice that you have, the more you can flow with that. So I just want you to understand, for all of you that say, hey, look, why don't you shoot one of these? I have to be sound in mind and understand exactly where I'm going and what I'm doing and which firearm that I'm using. So it's good. I'm glad that I can grab any one of them in a self-defense scenario and be able to use them. but it works so much more effectively when I'm comfortable, I train with, and I know the dimensions, the diameter, how this firearm works. It gives me that much more discipline and dexterity in how I handle that firearm. That's my time. I just want you to tune in with me again. Next Tuesday, I'll drop something else for you. But this is Bishop's Blast, and I want to thank each and every one of you that have been rocking with me for so long. Continue to do so. For all of you who haven't, go ahead and subscribe. Like this thing. Let's continue to push this so we can get more and more information out. I thank you. God bless you. I want you to stay tuned with me, though, and be blessed. Talk to you soon. Later.